Okay. Blueberry muffin or blackberry muffin. Decided to change it up. All right. Got all the dishes cleaned yesterday. Some more comfortable. I got my bug zapper wet. So I was trying to bring it down on that measuring cup there. And then this had water. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Had water in it. Sydney's family. If you are watching, that is Delta 8. It is legal here. It is like a type of weed that is a little milder. But I really don't know what's happening on that end right now, but I feel like progress is being made, and it's hard to explain. It's just that I know the truth that I kind of threw some tantrums back there, basically in the late winter, early spring. Um, I get a bit manic that time of the year. um, it's just that anybody who would try to put a stop to our relationship, I take that as a, I just, I couldn't read it because I was afraid of being hurt really badly, and in the fact that I do trust Sydney. I said, look, Sydney, this is too hurtful. I can't read it. I think that I'm just going to delete it, and she told me to. And so I did. But yeah. And I'm trying to get this house cleaned up. My ex left me in a very inconvenient situation. She never helped with anything. And she was always going back and forth with what she wanted to do. We had to pour some money into her schooling and stuff because she couldn't decide what she wanted to do. And then she's like, can I, be a stay-at-home wife and take care of the house? I said, sure. And she did it for a while. And then, like everything, she just kind of lost interest. And so, yeah. And I want you to know that I never physically cheated on my ex. Had this fetish my whole life and thought it would go away, and that's why I don't want to see your daughter make the same mistake that I did, and for it to cost many years of rediscovering yourself. I've been through a lot at the you know at the mercy of my ex-wife Karen. I mean, a lot of my friends, they were like, what's her deal? She like controls you. And I didn't like it at all. With Sydney, I have leadership. I might be very sensitive and emotional, but I have leadership. And I have known from the very beginning that to try for our families to try to get along, because clearly we do love each other. Even your mother has to know this, because I told her a whole bunch of things about you that obviously she knows, but to prove that I know you and that I love you, we cannot backpedal. We need to march forward. And I know how much you love me. When we spent 2 weeks in video chat, didn't want to be away from each other for a single second. Yeah, we are a good match. And I'm just terrified to ever lose you, because you mean that much to me. Karen was comfortable because, oh, you better not chew on my Roku. Roku eat buttons. Yeah, they do. They will eat buttons. Chat's open, by the way. Whoever happens to be here right now, and I'm sure Sydney will see this, God willing, very soon, and not way down the road. just thinking that the possibility of them discovering this YouTube channel by now is quite likely. Um, I've been on kind of an increasing dose of Seroquel for extreme anxiety. Um, I think maybe that has helped a little bit, but I am feeling quite well, and just hoping that we can really set something up for the mothers to talk, and I think they need to, and that I need to inform my own mother completely of the situation in its entirety, um, for two reasons. One, Sydney had to be caught by her mother, and I don't want her to feel alone in that at all. And I'm like, you know what? If that happened to you, then I kind of let it be to me too. Then, and I have a very good way of explaining things with this. I've done. Hey, Bun, don't chew on couch. Um, yeah, I just kind of come on, don't do that. Bun, be good. I was wondering if the fan was bothering. Hey, Bun, don't chew on the couch. All right. Like smudges still here. Bake the muffins. Clean off the bar first. Wi-Fi? I'm fine. You watching me, huh? He's so adorable. This wine that I bought the other day, it's really good. Oh, yeah, I really like the local wines. Like, I don't care for the California wines. Like, it seems like they're always more like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. They're not as good though. Oh yeah, and those California wines, they're probably like really bulk made. Like, Whereas these local wineries, I mean, they have like barrels that they've been using for years, and maybe they got like, 50 50 different barrels or something. Oh, there's so many local wineries, and like none of it's the same. Like no two wines that I've ever had, local ones that were the same. They have wine festivals around here. Like I said, if our family is watching, it's just a little different over here as far as the weed is pretty much becoming legal everywhere over here. You can legally buy it over in the Native American reservations in out into New York State, and yeah, just law there is 21 and over, and you can buy weed. When you get used to it, it doesn't make you crazy. Like, I mean, I feel like smoking weed is kind of it's got its perks and its drawbacks. I can think critically better. Like my critical thinking is improved, but I will literally be talking about a subject, and then somebody will make some side note just for like a split second, and then it completely like and I'm like, what were we talking about? It's kind of comical when it happens, though. Like, it does. Everybody kind of laughs. I don't know. I find that it does keep me calm, and I forgot to take my Delta 8 pen to work, and I got a little wound up at work. I ended up reporting somebody. And this is a day that I did not have my weed pen. I reported somebody for talking very inappropriately, like rudely to me, like talking down on me, someone who is much lower than I am. I get that a lot. And it's like, I get that I signed up my life to be a servant and all, because I like it. But you're not going to walk into my office and say, you guys need to blah, 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 blah. You're not going to walk into my office like that. Like, you are a shop floor employee. I'm an office employee, who has engineering as part of their job title. I don't like being like, I actually kind of don't mind people like really getting help from me, if they are nice and grateful, and they're like, oh, like, well, I'm not going to be mean to you because you're nice to me, you help me and stuff. That's all I want. Peace. And it just seems like it's too much to ask because there's so much hate in the world. I got arrested in front of my own home, like, over false charges, and these people thought they were putting away some criminal. I'm not a criminal. I'm in love, so shoot me. I don't get it, Oh, I think that I can talk telepathically with my soulmate Sydney. Oh, his family need, family intervention, and like put him away, like, you better get help before you have no choice. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have no choice because I have a belief? You want to lock me away in an asylum because of a belief? A belief that my girlfriend is going to heal people someday and raise the dead, as Christ said would happen in the end times? So you want to lock me away for a peaceful mission on this earth? We will travel from place to place and help people in need. Sydney's got a pure heart. I do not claim any pride over my pure heart. You just look at my mother, you know. Things get passed on. This is actually very much a kind of a I don't know, just stay tuned if you believe like that women can do great things and stuff like that. You need to stick around. My mother is the most compassionate, generous person that and I owe a lot to my mother. But most of all, I owe to God. And that He created a perfect soulmate for me. And that I would suffer for years to know just how blessed I am to have her in my life. And that I will never make the mistake that I did in my last marriage, thinking and assuming that I would change. And I prayed and asked God for change. But it wasn't in His will. And believe me, I tried so hard. I did not masturbate or dwell on any fetish thoughts for 2 years. And it was always there that whole time, even though I fought so hard to not act on anything. After 2 years of poor sexual performance and not enjoying sex and dreading it, I almost felt like I was being raped because I wasn't excited. I tried so hard to. I'm like, what do people do? What do people think? I don't understand what to do. Like, how am I going to get excited? And that panic always on my mind, on the front of my mind, every time I had sex. And you're just going to say, you're a cheater, you're a divorcee. Please don't. Please try to be understanding. And I'm going to ask you to look back on these videos. A message to her parents. And please try to understand what I've been through in my struggles and my knowledge in this. I mean, I have decades of studying this stuff. I've always looked at stuff to investigate why, and asking the why questions and stuff like that. An inquisitive, scientific mind. I've always. And I'm telling you right now, your daughter is never going to change. She might try to fool herself through life and being kind of secretly depressed and absolutely feel like you've been cheated in life. To have a sexual partner that completely doesn't understand with you, doesn't connect with you because you don't understand each other's thought processes at all. Try to understand what I've been through. And what a mistake it would have been if Sydney had gotten married to Rostislav. That would have been a huge mistake. I'll tell you right now. She didn't get excited with him. Like, she was not ready for sexual things. I'll tell you that right now. Because she is so the same as me when it comes to the way that she thinks sexually. I understand her. And not only do I understand her, it's hard for me to romantically fall in love with someone who, whose thought process is completely different from my own. Try to understand a little here. And I'm sorry if I sound harsh, but it's just to discover yourself at 40 years old. Granted, I don't look or feel anywhere near 40. And I got a lot of energy in me. Sydney wants children. I'm like, all right. And I'm going to teach them to paddle. Going to get back to church. You know how much I miss church? Like, I am someone who really fears like judgment. Like, I mean, like my palms get sweaty. Like, my voice will crack or I won't be able to speak at all. Like, when I have anxiety, everything falls apart. And I can't, like, function. And when Sydney's mother found that phone that she was trying to hide under her bed, I was speechless. Sydney begged her mother and sounded very, 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 very low confidence because her mother, I'm sorry, I gotta say it though, but when you're someone who suffers from anxiety and someone comes at you full force, they just push you around and there's nothing you can even do. Like, if you're afraid to ask for help. I think I was afraid to ask for help in school is why I went through as much bullying as I did to cause the borderline personality disorder. Because my home life, I'm going to talk a little bit about that here. But my home life, there definitely wasn't the trauma there that it was school that did it. Oh. The moment that I started kindergarten, student next to me's name was Joshua Noddle. If you're still out there, Joshua, I hope you had that demon exorcised and that you're doing well, brother. Because I believe that's what that was. But he immediately began slugging me the moment that I sat down on my first day of school. Nothing was done about it. The teacher did eventually. Eventually, he got pulled. There was something wrong with him. They had figured out and pulled him out of public school. He saw me as a target. I don't know if I have hit me on the back. I mean, trick me, use me, but they do. And then it changed. It changed towards like high school. There was a student. Every Friday was kind of laid back day in gym class, and it's called Optional Fitness Friday. You could choose, like they'd have dodgeball going on in one gym, and maybe in the other gym, one end of the hoop there'd be a game of like pig or horse or something. People shooting hoops. Maybe on the other hand, and they got some badminton. Nets, and one student, what he decided to do was pick up a basketball and throw basketballs at me as hard as he could and try to hit me in the head with it. Yeah. What's that all about? Why? Like, honestly, looking at the unprovoked attacks that I've had, I would hazard to guess that Satan has put demons in my path to try to stop me, and has no doubt put demons in Sydney's path to try to stop her. And the thing to remember, he who is in me is greater than he who is in the world. I am strong because of him. You are strong because of him. You have recently come to faith. I can feel it. There's a lot of teaching. I'm afraid of you being away from me and going astray, or but I've studied the Bible since the age of 18, when I got saved and left the Catholic Church. God has had a very direct way of communication in my life, starting at the age of 23, for the most part. When I miraculously, he led me right to my glasses in the bottom of a river, as a thunderstorm was rolling in, and only had a moment to get them, and he led me straight to them, and I can't even explain. But that happened when I was 23 years old, and he's given me the number 23 because of that. And there are others. Sydney and I are not alone in this mission. Others have already been revealed to me, and they shared their stories with me that were identical pretty much to mine, which they shared first. And I will tell you that he's like, God told me my soulmate was a healer, and then in the end times she's gonna go help people. And like, I'm like, what, dude? I'm like, you kidding me? I'm like, he told me the same thing. Like, it's like, my God, this is actually happening. It's like, this is not a cult. I'm not some, I'm not some heretic, but God is kind of talking to me and showing me things that are happening, and my friends around me are seeing, and they are, on board. The team is growing, the crew, slowly but surely. What are we at now? 370 subscribers, something like that, And I apologize to the Snapchat people. I have not touched Snapchat. I get missing my girlfriend, and it's hard not to Now, when we get to talk to you guys like together, yeah, we will try to make ourselves available and reachable to you, and to assist you with finding a fart and poo partner that you are ecstatic about. Guess what? I don't care a thing about money. Like, I had people like, "Hey, can I make a donation?" I'm not accepting donations. Um, I'm here to share a story and this great adventure that I believe a lot of people are going to come to know someday. And that's not boasting, but boasting in the work of the Lord. Because I'll tell you right now, big things are going to be happening. And like, I'm excited, I'm just a big kid. I'm a child at heart. Like, I do not claim, like I said, any oh, I'm glad you're okay. I love this mug. I need to use this stupid pasteurized milk cup. No, not in the muffins. No way. Butter. If I have enough, you know what? If I don't, the store is 1 minute away. That means I have to put my work pants back on. Yeah, I don't have enough. Sydney, come with. I say that all the time to little Sydney. Sydney, come with. A little chilly out there now, actually. Let's turn the oven on yet. No. That's good because I'm turn it on until a little bit after I get back. Slippy shoes. Take advantage of those. Yeah, actually, I'm just leave the live stream running. And I'll just be gone a few minutes. All righty. I will be right back. I'm back. I was thinking something. This is part of that critical thinking that I was talking about. And it's like this. I went to buy this butter, and I was like, oh no, like, because I didn't see any butter. And then I'm like, I'm going to have to start following the sign and see where the slot is and see if it's maybe back up inside there. And it was back up inside there. And I was thinking what the fetish is like. The fetish is like one, one box of butter that's on the front of the shelf. And you cannot properly see what is behind it unless you attempt to remove it. Okay. And then you can see what is behind it. My life in my marriage that failed, and I will tell you that I had my best intentions, you better believe it, but I did not know myself well enough. Okay, so in marriage, it's like this. Here's my fetish, When I was a virgin when I got married. I thought sex would cure my marriage, and I gave it a chance. You better believe it. So I attempted to remove the fetish. What did I see behind it? Absolutely nothing. The what would you call it? The monk's life. The absence of sexual interest. Wish I would have known that going into that. Wouldn't have gotten into that. But you know what? It kept me where I was for as long as it did. It freed me at the exact right moment. And then I prayed that I would meet an autistic poo and fart fetish woman who would perfectly match me. I asked God, I said, if such a perfect woman for me exists, please send her to me. 3 months later, Sydney shows up and she says, here I am. Here's what I am. I'm yours forever if you want me. I was like, done. Yes, please. She just told me one paragraph about herself, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the woman. And she looks like she was made by angels. God himself. And that really affected me. Turned my whole world upside down. And so, I am sorry if I offended someone that I fell in love. I mean, it is, people are butthurt that I fell in love. That's pretty much what it looks like to me. And you have to understand that, because I'm like, Sydney, start telling your mother about me because I want to marry you. Like, that really gets me emotional. You have to understand that. I may get excitable, I'm a high energy, high strung person, and I don't know how to not be that. By the way, you two people that are on, I just want to thank you that I've been able to leave the chat open. All that Doc's bin monkey business that was going on before has been, I believe, put to a stop because I explained some things about just like you want to like make me suffer for falling in love and being strange. I have a few words for you. Listen to the live song "All Over Me" by the band Live. Pinned down and abused for being strange. How pathetic and immature is that to attack a person for being strange? That's psychotic. You know? To want to put somebody in jail for loving someone like crazy in love. And you're like, oh, I want to put that person in jail. They're a horrible person. Oh my gosh. Go find your woman and fall in love, bro. Just, it's really not worth wasting your life trying to ruin other people's lives because you're unhappy. Because I'll tell you right now, that's why people have attacked me. That's why they attacked me when I was young, and that's why they attack me now. Blackberries for this one. Just to change it up a little. double yolk again. I think it means I'm a twin in a way. Special kind of twin. A mind twin. A mind twin so skilled and awesome that she makes me go crazy. I better get this. We did raspberry before. Time to cube the butter. do cinnamon nutmeg for this one. Hi, Bun. How you doing? You relaxing? Sweet then. Nutmeg. I think it'll go good with the blackberries. It smells good. It smells like my dad's old apple pies. My dad is pretty famous for his pies, but unfortunately they are not wheat-free, so it's funny because I almost said gluten-free. I'm making muffins that are not gluten-free, but wheat-free. Yeah, because not exactly gluten-free. Me like barley and rye. And found that I am very healthy consuming them. So I do. I make my own stuff out of barley and rye. Rye flour. Make some real rye bread. Real rye bread has no wheat. A taste of the crumb topping. Oh, that's good. Ooh. All right. This is the point where we give it a little bit of flour to finish it off. I'll get you. Give me a little bit. Gotta get these in the oven. A little more flour. that better do it. Trying not to drown out the sweetness and the flavor of the crumb topping. I try to use as little flour as I can in the crumb topping. I used to put some powdered sugar in there to try to dry it out. And the powdered sugar ended up coming out of the oven like it was really hard, like crunchy. Yeah, you don't really want crunchies. You want crumbs on top. Ah, it was. The electric fly swatter is working again. Yeah, the light was coming on still before, but it's kind of weak, but it probably just needs charged. Set alarm for 28 minutes.
You got it. Your alarm's set for 6:38 p.m.
I'm going to say goodnight, my princess angel. I know you're asleep by now, and I hope that you get to watch really soon. Babe, you're going to love the 30-minute magic muffins. I can't wait to make them for you. And we'll have them and enjoy our poos and farts together because they're so good after. I'm like, I look dreamy. It's the way you make me feel. I love you so much.